LPBW. Zach and Tori Roloff address Matt's farm decision following their departure from the show. Greetings, viewers. Welcome back to my channel. For the most recent news updates, kindly subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Zach and Tori Roloff, stars of LPBW, have finally addressed Matt Roloff's contentious choice about the farm. The silence has been shattered, and it is more resounding than ever. They are expressing their opinions candidly over Matt's controversial decisions concerning the Roloff farms. However, that is not the entirety. Tori and Zach discuss their willingness to raise their children on the farm and frequently visit there. They contemplated their present attitudes, and observers cannot reasonably assign blame to them. Is this accurate? What is the subject of this matter? What was disclosed? Continue reading to discover some startling information on this dispute. LPBW. What is the condition of Roloff farms in 2025? Viewers of LPBW are aware that Zach and Jeremy relocated from the Roloff farms following their notorious disputes with Matt Roloff regarding property ownership. During this period, Jacob entered the scene, took residence on the farm, and became the latter's indispensable assistant. However, circumstances deteriorated when Matt listed a segment of Roloff farms for sale. He was prepared to finalize an agreement with an unfamiliar individual rather than with his own boys. Matt is offering 16 acres of farmland for $2,895,000, and it has been advertised for the third consecutive time. He initially listed it for sale, but due to the exorbitant price and order complications, Matt was unable to secure his preferred agreement. As of 2025, Matt's farm is available for purchase. LPBW. Zach and Tori discuss Matt's farm decision. Zach and Tori may no longer participate in the LPBW show. However, they maintain their own podcast to express their perspectives. In a recent episode, they chose to address viewer inquiries and examine the dynamics of Roloff Farm. Zach disclosed that Mateo's birthday marked the last occasion his family visited the land. For over 2 years, Zach and Tori chose to visit Roloff Farm solely on Mateo's birthday. Tori then elucidated that the family farm was no longer the location they clandestinely visited. They no longer frequent that location. The celebrity expressed reluctance when she acknowledged that her family often avoids visiting Roloff farms now. Zach remarked, "I genuinely anticipated a swift sale of the farm." He elaborated on the prolonged process and mentioned further factors, indicating that there was no need for their visit. Tori additionally stated that Roloff Farms is no longer a joyful environment for her family, and they have little desire to be present there any longer. Zach remarked, "I genuinely anticipated the farm would sell swiftly." He elaborated on how the process was being prolonged and mentioned other dynamics, indicating there was no justification for their visit. Tori additionally stated that Roloff Farms no longer serves as a joyful environment for her family, and they have little desire to remain there. Jacob Roloff discusses the contradictions of residing on the family farm following his departure from LPBW. Jacob Roloff seems largely unconcerned with others' opinions of his living circumstances. On Sunday, March 30th, Roloff responded to the alleged contradictions of residing on his family's farm following his departure from the reality series Little People, Big World. "Contradictions are intensifying," Roloff, 28, stated on Instagram. "This spring signifies the 10th anniversary of receiving my earnings from the show in which I participated for nearly a decade. At 18, I have the autonomy to decline the contract, which I did, and subsequently departed from home primarily owing to my disdain for the show and reality television as a whole." He stated, "I utilized that money to reconstruct my life with my wife, rather than exploit it to its fullest potential, for better or worse." Roloff expressed his gratitude for residing at Roloff Farms as an adult with his wife and kid, cultivating crops and managing the land. "Nurture my child by engaging in the same activities I once performed on the farm." Undoubtedly, the past 4 years have been enlightening in numerous aspects, including the practical operation of equipment, the evolution of my personal style, and the agricultural systems employed. Additionally, it prompts reflection on the essence of the farm in the absence of a television crew. What is the farm without television? Roloff highlighted many significant times during the year that are particularly meaningful to his family's farm. The pumpkin season remains significantly important to us, and we are grateful to the loyal individuals who attend annually, he stated, anticipating the forthcoming season and additional years ahead. In this regard, my objective is for our farm to foster a more localized communal space rather than excessively depending on external visitors. While it has been enjoyable to encounter individuals from diverse global backgrounds, I would also appreciate the opportunity to connect with more of our local friends in Oregon. He contemplated the future and articulated several of his objectives. My objective, for as long as I am capable, is to underscore and enhance a reform towards community-based agritourism, Roloff stated. To positively impact society by cultivating edible food for the community and serving as an intermittent venue for communal gatherings, fostering creativity, and providing a valuable space. Farmland is now revered, particularly in a context of practically depleted topsoil and declining nutrient density in our food supply, he continued. On a broader scale, as agricultural land nationwide is acquired and developed, I am thankful for the opportunity to manage this land to the best of my ability, perpetually acquiring knowledge and evolving. I can merely aspire for my farm to endure for another generation. Roloff departed from his family's series Little People, Big World shortly after reaching the age of 18 in 2014. In December 2020, his wife Isabel Sophia commended her husband following his revelation of having been assaulted during the making of the show. When Jacob and I commenced our relationship, I experienced what it entails to be in the public eye, the 24-year-old performer stated on Instagram in December 2024. It was enlightening to realize that being in the public eye restricts one's ability to post freely, as any content shared is typically subject to scrutiny by tabloids or blogs. Additionally, you would receive numerous comments from unfamiliar individuals regarding your life and their perspectives on it. This induced concern in me, and continues to do so, yet I observed that Jacob remained notably composed. I recall encountering several distressing statements one day, and as a sensitive individual, I pondered, how does he endure this? I resolved to inquire of him, Jacob, how are you unaffected by any of this? Isabel remarked, his response will remain with me, as it exemplifies the grounded, strong, and steadfast individual he has always been. It does not concern me, as I am aware of my identity, whereas others are not. Let them speak. You are the most self-assured individual I know, and I am in admiration of you. You are liberated, my beloved. I am exceedingly proud of you. TLC addressed Roloff's accusations in December of the previous year. TLC has just been apprised of a purported incident from years past involving a third party associated with the production of Little People, Big World, stated TLC. We are disheartened and concerned by this grave allegation, and TLC will collaborate fully with the authorities. Our primary emphasis continues to be on assisting the Roloff family during this challenging period. Little People, Big World spoilers. Matt Roloff discusses his relationship with Karen Chandler with fans. Spoilers for Little People, Big World indicate that Matt Roloff, prompted by inquiries from fans over his relationship with Karen Chandler, deemed it necessary to address the situation publicly. He utilized social media to disclose information to admirers and clarify his relationship with Karen. Let us examine this in greater detail. The romantic narrative of Matt and Karen initially encountered one other when she served as the manager of the Roloff family farm. Fans speculated that he had an affair with Karen while still married to his ex-wife, Amy Roloff. However, they always assert that their relationship did not develop until after his divorce. After years of dating, Matt ultimately proposed, leading fans to anticipate their marriage in 2024. However, there has been no recent news on social media regarding this matter. Enthusiasts of Little People, Big World have closely monitored their narrative for years and were pleased to see their nuptials. It appears they have not yet had their wedding, or have they? Social media insights. Matt's supporters presumed that he would inform them via social media if he and Karen were to marry, yet no evidence of a wedding has been shown. This is the rationale behind their belief that they have terminated the relationship or that it is in jeopardy. Is there discord in their relationship? Matt resolved to confront this issue to quell the rumors among supporters. On Valentine's Day, Matt announced his presence on the property while Karen was in Arizona. This seems unusual to fans, as they typically commemorate that day collectively. The rumors emerged, prompting Matt to dispel them. Matt recently posted a photograph of himself with Karen. They appeared to be dining together, and admirers were pleased to witness their companionship. This photograph appears to dispel the rumors, suggesting that they had only been preoccupied with other commitments, delaying their wedding. Will fans receive information regarding changes to their wedding date? We must monitor Matt and Karen for any further information regarding their wedding. Ensure you stay informed about the current developments about Little People, Big World. Matt Roloff discloses significant medical challenges forthcoming. Matt Roloff, a star of Little People, Big World, requested his followers to offer prayers for his family in an Instagram post dated July 16th. The TLC star disclosed that his parents, Peggy and Ron Roloff, are confronting health challenges, describing it as a daunting moment for their family. It is genuinely a frightening moment in life when one discovers that their parents require all the prayers they merit, wrote Matt Roloff, 59. My mother, aged 79, Hunei, and my father, aged 82, Papa, are experiencing significant medical difficulties. Mother requires additional physical rehabilitation following a severe fall. He stated that his father requires intensive chemotherapy for chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL. Kindly extend wishes for their swift recoveries and offer prayers for the Lord's healing touch to sustain their remarkable grace and unwavering spirits. They shall persevere. Matt Roloff is departing from his residence in Oregon to care for his ailing parents in California. He did not disclose whether his girlfriend, Karen Chandler, would accompany him. The Roloff family is earnestly soliciting your prayers for miraculous outcomes and swift recoveries, as stated by the star of Little People, Big World. We all have significantly more life to experience. I need to relocate my parents to warm, sunny Arizona so they may enjoy more years swimming in the pool. Wishing blessings to everyone, and I love you, Mom and Dad. Matt Roloff stated that he will pause construction on his ex-wife's wedding venue to spend time with his parents. Amy Roloff, despite her initial reluctance to marry at Roloff Farms, consented to hold her wedding with Chris Merrick on the same estate where she reared her family. Matt Roloff consented to host the wedding at Roloff Farms and is constructing a venue for his first wife's second marriage. The wedding is scheduled for August 28th, leaving just over a month to finalize the structure. On July 17th, Matt Roloff shared an Instagram post depicting the advancement of the construction, followed by a subsequent image showing himself aboard an aircraft, temporarily halting this. To accomplish this and inquire about Papa and Hunei, he wrote, the TLC personality expressed optimism about completing the structure in time for Amy and Chris to utilize in their significant forthcoming wedding. I have the most exceptional group working on it. However, allocating time to inquire about individuals recalibrates all priorities. The couple has 4 children, twins Jeremy and Zach, aged 31, daughter Molly, aged 27, and son Jacob, aged 24. Matt and Amy Roloff are endeavoring to improve their relationship as former partners. Relations between Matt and Amy Roloff have been somewhat strained since their 2016 divorce. Nevertheless, the Roloff matriarch indicated that their interactions are beginning to improve. Amy Roloff stated in a preview of the July 20th episode of Little People, Big World, acquired by People, when I visit the farm and encounter Matt, it is becoming easier. However, I believe I will likely remain guarded due to 25 years of history. In a private interview, the Roloff patriarch informed People that he anticipated hosting his ex's wedding. I am enthusiastic about hosting Amy's wedding and am pleased for her and Chris, he stated. Amy Roloff remarked, I still find it somewhat strange to be on my ex's property now. I am grateful that we successfully accomplished this. Tori Roloff states that her emotions are tumultuous following the removal of her children's crib. Tori posted an Instagram image featuring her youngest kid Josiah in his new bed, stating, the last of our household to abandon the crib. Tori Roloff and her husband Zach Roloff have been transparent about their personal life since prior to their departure from Little People, Big World. Although they had departed from reality television, the couple has conveyed the vicissitudes of their family life through social media and their podcast, Raising Heights. Following an Instagram post regarding the permanent storage of the family crib, it appears that Tori Roloff was earnest in her prior declaration of ceasing to have children. Tori may not articulate those precise words in the message, yet the subtext is undeniably present. Zach and Tori are already occupied with 3 young children. It is logical for them to cease expanding their family and concentrate on their demanding lives as a family of 5. They have previously expressed their views on this matter. Has Tori Roloff concluded her childbearing? On August 11, 2024, Tori published an Instagram image showcasing her and Zach's youngest child, Josiah. Tori indicated in the caption that dismantling the crib utilized for 7 years and across 3 children is a significant milestone for them. However, she noted that this action also allows her to see her children as they mature and acquire new skills in their subsequent developmental stages. This serves as an additional method for Tori to dismiss the suggestions encouraging her to have one more. Previously, in July 2024, Zach and Tori disclosed in their podcast that they had resolved to cease attempts at expanding their family. At that time, Tori remarked that they would never know if any future children would inherit achondroplasia, the type of dwarfism shared by their 3 offspring. Zach and Tori adhere to a Christian faith. However, contrary to common assumptions, the Roloffs do not subscribe to the same fundamentalist beliefs as the Duggars, another TLC family. Unlike the Duggars' approach to procreation, which is guided by the principle of having as many children as divinely intended, Zach and Tori rely on their faith without allowing it to govern their family planning decisions. What is the number of children Tori and Zach Roloff possess? Zach and Tori were wed in 2015. In 2017, Tori gave birth to their first child, a male named Jackson. 2 years later, in 2019, Tori had a daughter, Lila. In 2022, they welcomed their 3rd and final child, Josiah. Tori previously disclosed experiencing a missed miscarriage prior to her pregnancy with Josiah. She revealed on Raising Heights that in 2021, she learned of her baby's loss during her 8-week ultrasound appointment. Tori expressed her frustration with her body on the podcast, stating, "I experienced a missed miscarriage, meaning my body was unaware that the fetus had died." Regardless of their awareness at the time, Josiah ultimately became the final